back on the tail of Gunnar. As he's looking to make an overtake already. Down the inside he goes.
Is he gonna go?
He's gonna do it!
Oh, with Hackett now up into P9. Down the inside he goes. Another aggressive move on the other Mercedes driver. Is he gonna make a mistake? Doesn't look like.
Closing. Problem is, he goes.
Oh, that's nice for Broad Adam, moving up to P7.
As he's currently looking to gain about 3 or 4 points. Oh, and is Nelboy going to go for it down the inside of Waza? Seems like he is, and he makes up that position. Beautiful overtake by Nelboy.
12 races, multiple divisions, 20 drivers.
All that sound good? Then why not join us now ahead of the new season? The link to our Discord will be in the description, and we hope to see you on track with us.
Delta T Racing.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Delta T Racing. This is round 4 of your season 14, and you're watching Division 2 with me, Grelis33. We are here in Montreal, Canada, home of the Window Liquor, Lance Stroll, and Maple Syrup. We are going to be tackling the track of 14 corners and 55,000 leads. For anyone who missed yesterday's race, it was quite an interesting one. 2 safety cars, a virtual safety car, and plenty of on-track action provided a fantastic race for anyone watching. Hopefully, we'll get much of the same tonight. Just before they head out, we're going to take a quick look at the drivers and constructors standings as we are from Miami last week. Havoc Connor leads the way after picking up the final place of the podium. 3 races and all 3 podium positions are vacant. I've just had a message to say that this is going to be a dry session. I'm not sure if that is both the quali and race, but definitely going to be at least quali. Bogorowski in P2, followed very closely by D. Summers, 43 and 42 points for those 2 respectively. Pipke in P4, Andre in P5, Thomas 6, Johnny 7th, Riker 8th, 9th for Tom Putty, and 10th for NLD Rush. Looking over to the constructors' standings, Racing Bulls on top as Havoc Connor leads the way. Ferrari takes 2nd, thanks to Pipke and Andre doing very well as a team there. Haas P3, P4 for McLaren, and Red Bull in P. The rest have got some work to do before the end of the season. As the first few cars come out, we will get all of our details on screen, checked, all of that good stuff. We don't need tyres. No, we don't need that. Telemetry we'll leave on. Lap data. Track map. Good. Right then. I believe there's a V carb out first. Let's find who that is. Yeah. Gonna be. Johnny. We'll go on board as he's going to set the fastest, or well, the first lap. Hopefully it'll be the fastest as well for his sake, but definitely the first lap if he can go around without invalidating. Not the easiest thing to do here, plenty of walls to get in the way as well as that. First sector purple, of course, as he's the first man through it. DRS and DRS on. It's a tricky track, this one, to get right. There are plenty of little niche things I picked up in my practice of when to brake late, when to brake early, when to turn in, all that stuff. The final hairpin, a right tricky one for trying to get on the power, especially with a track so destructive, those rear tyres. Thankfully it shouldn't be too bad for that point, and it looks like he's going to have a clean run all the way to the finish. A few cars up ahead should not impede him at all. One last set of corners to go. Do not invalidate. Oh, that's an Aston Martin. Spun the wrong way around. Okay, and your pole time for now is a 1:11.2. A good banker for Johnny. I think he'll definitely be wanting a few extra pence at least out of that. Zingle crosses the line next to do a 12.596, and Bog smashes straight up into P1 with a 1:10.7. First man into 110s. I'm sure we'll see plenty more, but for now, that is your revision the whole time. Andre in the Ferrari is consistent once again. D Summers, absolutely rapid. He was talking smack early on about, oh, I can only do this time trial, blah, 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 blah. Pole position for him, only a few minutes into qualifying. I'm not sure who the Aston Martin was. I think it was Lecazzi's here who had spun at the final corner. Must have been about to start his lap. NLD Rush sets a time of an 11:068, almost into the 110s. Connor into the 10.7s as well to follow Barry Bogorowski into the podium position. We've got a yellow flag. That's just someone getting out of the way. Good stuff. Tom Putty does a 12.0. Obviously at a 16.1, I'm going to assume that he's going on to his lap now. Second out lap. Brother Adam has a quali ban. Yep, forgot to mention that. Brother Adam with a quali ban after DNFing last race. We won't go into that too much. And here we got. Fine. Yeah, got the that's it. I'm not sure. He's got the fuel, he's got the battery, so he could be going for a lap now. Red Bull ahead gets into the pits. Oh, so does Lecazzi's. Okay, Alpine. Raikkonen on a lap. Don't invalidate and just miss the ball. A little bit, not slow, but cautious. It's a banker lap. You don't want to be taking wheels off at this stage. A 12.5 will do for now. Go back on with composite, seeing as we know he's definitely on a lap and almost near the end. Final sector, plenty of battery to burn. Eventually, he could have used some of that elsewhere, but he's going to use all of what he can remaining straight. Very nice lines taken through the final two corners seen so far. I've not seen anyone invalidate just yet. I did see a red lap earlier, but I believe that's the key into the leave. Raikkonen on his in lap. NLD Rush is on a lap, but he hasn't validated somewhere. So he's pushing still just to learn the track. Which is good if you do invalidate early on, you know you've got to have to pit anyway. You might as well keep pushing as long as no one's behind you. Get a bit of learning done. Where can you brake? When can you turn in? Nell Boy, one of the home favourites, of course, for myself. I'm not afraid to say it. He is on and out lap in the hats. I watched him in a lap around Imola, and that was a fantastic showcase of some F1 racing. Hopefully, if we stick on board now, we'll get another exemplary lap from man himself. A few guys coming out onto track now. Harsh braking into turn one. Very easy to turn in too early and too late. This long right-hander always feels longer than it actually is. You want to take as much of that curve on the outside without touching the grass. A tricky chicane here, which is the first of many. Too easy, too hard. If you go too fast into it, you can smash the wall on the outside. If you go too slow into it, you always want to turn in early and get onto the grass. It's purple sector 1, it says on the track map. So probably going to be a PB just for now. Oh, and that's a little bit deep into the chicane there. A big sausage curve awaits you on the outside. Plenty of times you can skate across that with the plank on the bottom of the car and throw yourself into the wall, as we saw George Russell do in race 15 years ago. ERS and ERS down. What is... Oh my word! What's happened? Nell goes into the back of Tom Putty on the straight. He just drove into him. Okay. That is probably the last thing I expected to happen. I mean, we looked to see him basically try and gain as much momentum in the slipstream of the Mercedes in front, and maybe just didn't pull out in time. I mean, for any of you laughing right now, you are dirty-minded. Oh, that was interesting. Okay. Well, that means Nell is going to start last or second last by the looks of it. We're on board with Pablo, one of the newer drivers, I believe, for DTR, in the Aston Martin. Got a couple of cars up ahead. Hopefully they won't get in the way like they just did with Nell Boy, although he technically wasn't in the way. Very easy to do here. There was a few blocking moments in qualifying for Division 1 yesterday. It takes plenty of that inside curve without invalidating. Good stuff there. Good amount of that exit curve as well. That one dips down, so it's quite easy to spin the rear left up. Tricky braking zone when I'm going under that bridge. It's so dark you can't see the wall on the left hand side, which does jut out ever so slightly. It's very easy to take the wheel off there if you're complacent. A nice late apex into that hairpin should give him a good run into the final 2 DRS straights of the lap. Plenty of battery to burn, of course. Nellboy has gone into the chat. That's what you get from looking at your telemetry rather than the track. Well, I hope. Oh, an invalidation for the Aston Martin driver in the final chicane. That's the first one of tonight that we've seen. I'm sure there will be plenty more to come. Going back to Nellboy, at least we got a nice onboard video of you doing it. Was that Bog setting a fastest lap again? I think it was, and 10.468. Sorry, I have been paying sort of a little bit of attention to other people. Should take a quick look back up to the top of the board on the left-hand side. Bog on pole for now with the 10.468, as I just mentioned. Johnny with a 10.476, really close behind. A little bit of a gap between Summers and Johnny, but not much at all when you consider it in the grand scheme of things. All of the top 6 in the 110s, and the rest down to 10 in the 11s, or more in the 12s. Still got 4 people set a lap. Finally, he's on track now. He has unfortunately invalidated that first call where we'll jump on with Skipper, who hasn't set a time yet. Just keep an eye on the board as well. A bit less battery than the others at this stage of the lap. Shouldn't be too bad as long as he's used it well elsewhere. That's plenty of speed into the final chicane. That's more of what we want to see in the closing minutes of this qualifying. That moves him up to 10, a 1:11.7. Got a few people on track. NLD Rush is on for another lap. Nathan has been disqualified from the session from blocking the pit lane. Plenty of that has happened in this league for this season. We had D Summers in Division 2 on China, I think it was, sorry. Not Race Japan. And Bog managed to do it yesterday. So Nathan joins the list of EQs from blocking the pit lane. That's 3 people out on qualifying up. Nathan will be starting dead last as he was disqualified rather than DNFing or just retiring. Composite's going for a lap. He's the slowest man currently to set a lap. A 13.9 turns to... Never mind, I'm being silly. That was a second out lap. Looking further up the grid, we've got Pomb here, who just set his lap, I believe, from 1:11.665. A big gap in himself and Andre in P8. Plenty of drivers should be that, I would assume, later on. We've got Composite doing his lap now, as well as a McLaren of Kazingo on an out lap. We'll jump off board as we've been on board for this quali so far. A good few cameras around this track watching the racing. I believe there's a pretty good one looking at that hairpin actually from a higher up air position. Helicopter cam can also be brilliant when they're weaving in and out of the trees through parts of sector 1 and 2. And Composite goes into the pits. Okay, he's got plenty of time to go for another lap. So he'll whack a fresh set of boots on. Recharge the battery, of course. Got two Ferraris coming out here in front of the pick map. Let's go on board with Williams as well ahead of them. Is that the number 88 of the Rush? 88? I can't quite see from. Looks like 88 to me. Alan Connor is on his outlap and he's about to cross the start-finish line. Bit of grass on that right-hand side tyre. Wanted to make sure he got plenty of speed out of the final chicane to start his lap, you would assume. Nice turn in turn 1. Plenty of room to take turn 2. You don't necessarily want to be too close to that inside curve. It has a good tendency to kick the rear tyres out and make you lose a lot of speed up that hill. That is an invalidation in the first chicane for Con. He's got enough time to blow the battery back up to 100%. Just rethink. Just calm down. Go again. P4. Just absolutely smash it now. You've got a good banker. Smash it. On a good 95% effort on the harshness of the lap, I'd say, when you're driving around a track with a Canada. It's definitely one of those that will bite back if you're not careful. Big Albert staying well out of the way there. Don't stay too long because you'll be disqualified. Oh my word, another R&D Rush validates his lap at the same place we've just seen Connor. The two Ferrari boys looks like they're either going, well, he's going to be impeded by his teammate Pipkin. Well, hopefully not. It doesn't look like it's been done too bad, but Andre needs to get a move on. He's not opened the DRS. What is he doing? He's just impeding his teammate. What? Okay. This qualifying has been an interesting one. Andre's invalidated and he's just sat in front of his teammate. I'm not even going to ask. I'm not even going to try and work out what's going on. We've got Johnny and D Summers very close coming into the start of their lap. They've got one more lap to show what they can do, try and get on pole position. D Summers maybe just wants to sit behind him and get some DRS. Not DRS, that's for the race. Wants to get a slipstream potentially, just through the entire lap. You can deal with the dirty air through the corners of the track, then I've heard that it can be good to sit behind a car in front, but it doesn't matter when you invalidate turn 1 like that. We'll go on board with Johnny. He's going to be, oh, please see the McLaren out of the way, mate. Go back out of it. Although Summers has got just enough time to go around again and get another lap in if he pushes for the rest of this one. DRS and DRS on down the back straight. As I mentioned earlier, this one can be tricky. A completely dark braking zone with a big pair of sausage curbs awaiting you on the other side. A little bit of a straight just to keep those tyres in a reasonable temperature window, which is harder to do than you think. That's a purple sector 2 for J5 in the V-carb. He's going to set DRS on and DRS are open as well. The final two straights, a little bit less battery than he might have wanted coming into this part of the track. He's going to take a very good line the final few corners to open up the DRS and ERS again. He's going to get a slipstream with the Mercedes in front. Will that put him on pole? A 10-2 will do so for now. D Summers going again. We'll join on him in a bit. We've got more drivers coming around. Finished their laps. Howard Connor, I think, has gone into the pits. The 10-6 is all he will be able to do for tonight. We've got Raikkonen and Piney Penguin. Looks like they're going to be the next to cross the line. Raikkonen has set a banker lap for 12.4. So hopefully he'll be going absolutely mad to set a nice quick lap now. On the other hand, might just take it a little bit easier as he's not got a lap on the forward jet. Do not want to invalidate when you can just put a solid time in and pick up, a good amount of positions that are just invalidating. He does go quicker, Raikkonen, but he won't improve position-wise. Piney Penguin picks up P8 with a 1:11.1. Very good stuff to say a one-lap wonder at the end. Pick up P8 for now. E. Summers, after invalidating his first attempt at a final lap, manages to get round the track and start another. The Mercedes ahead goes across the line. We'll keep an eye on the board for that. That's Tom Putty going P6 with a 10.8. D. Summers grab pole? No, it's a 10.5, 2.5 tenths off of pole position for the McLaren man. We've got Pipke, Andre, and Lakatzis left to go. Lakatzis has abandoned his lap. Andre looks like he has as well. It looks like these guys are in AI, unless they're just revving their engines. Oh no, Andre's in. I think they're finished. I think so. Andre retires. Yes. So, there is your qualifying order. Johnny picks up pole by 2 tenths over Bog, who didn't go out for another lap at the end himself. And D. Summers picks up P3 after bottling his first attempt at a final lap. Havoc Connor didn't get a final lap in near the end. We saw him pitting just at the end of the lap. He will finish at 4th with a 10.6. Ralph Buzz another 10.6, just a little bit higher up. And then another gap between Tom Putty and D. Rush, very close between those, both of them in the 10.8s. Pipke, the first of the 11s, following him. Arnie, Andre, Lakatzis, Pombier, and Kazingle all in the 111 respectively. Raikkonen and Pavlo in the 112s. And Composite finishes off the timed runners. Brother Adam had a qualifying ban from last race. Nellboy had a weird incident, which we caught on stream. And Skipper and Nathan were both disqualified for blocking the exit of the pit lane. Something that seems to be a bit of a problem in the game at the moment. We have it. Your qualifying grid. The V-Carbs look to be having a strong race again here. The Ferrari's just a little bit off the pace in qualifying so far, but I'm sure they'll be able to pick up the race. Tom Putty will be dropping 5 positions after he was absolutely railed by the Haas of Hellboy in the end. So the Ferraris will pick up some points. Places there, rather. Finally, after moaning a little bit earlier about their lack of pace and not wanting to race, puts in a good quality lap, I'd say, for a final lap wonder. The boys now finalising their setups, finalising their fuel and strategy. Doesn't seem to be a burner for fuel around here. Plenty of DRS. Make sure you keep saving the fuel around here for some reason. With the safety cars as well, of course, you'll save plenty of fuel under those. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see some people under fueling for this race. A strategy that I would be very surprised if anyone went for a one-stop. I would presume everyone goes 2-stop with some sort of strategy mix, including either 2 hards and a medium, or 2 mediums and a hard. If someone really wants to go for the soft tyres near the end, then of course they can do. But they are not going to last very long at all. Main problem being actually just the difference in tyre wear between the front and back. The back tyres just absolutely pummel around here. Traction will be a problem for many a driver. We will see lots of fairy rear ends, hopefully, get under after a few laps. We'll ride on board with the man in P3, D. Summers, as we always do for the first lap of the race. We'll then take a quick look at positions gained and lost, see who is our biggest winner and who is our biggest loser after the first couple of laps. See when I actually remember to show it. Get the rest of the go on as well. Never seem to remember what order to do is it. Funny considering I've done it quite a few times now. We'll definitely keep interval. Telemetry will have enabled. Detail in position change will show later on. But for now, have a look at the tyre wear. Tyre wear? Tyres. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hard runners. I started on hards yesterday and they were okay. Not the worst, not the best. The mediums will definitely be quicker to start off with. I reckon around 7 or 8 laps will be the crossover point for those on hards to be quicker than their medium counterparts. First 4 on mediums, of course, means that, well, you might see a bit of a gap between those and Ralphers by the first few laps. NRD Rush will be under threat from Pipkin, with the softer tyre at the start, basically just giving him a few metres of help into turn 1. Quite easy to gain a few places with the softer tyre around here in the first few laps. Hopefully we won't see too much damage or safety cars or much safety cars. But that's it for now. Go back to these summers. Take that off your screen. That is I mean, I had an aggressive line yesterday, but that is uber aggressive to try and take potentially a position from Barry Bogorovsky in front, or just really defend that P3 from having Connor behind. I mean, he's almost aiming off the track there. That is impressive. Okay, last few onto the back of the grid. We've got no one validating their grid box positions. That's fantastic stuff. Right, then here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 red lights. It's made him wait. And we go. A good start, it seems, from D Summers. Potentially just a poorer one for Havoc Connor. The first 3 look to go through line of stern. There's a almost 3 wide moment behind. Looking back, there's a few cars going and here, there, over and everywhere. It looks like we haven't got any damage so far. It just seemed potentially a bit of a glitch. Oh, there's a Williams gone! Here. Wing damage. Tires are still on the car. That is good for him. No safety car or virtual safety car as of yet. That is good stuff as well. We got a Red Bull off the track. That's a VSC now. Where is he? Ralphibus with the hard tire. No front wing at all for him. Not sure what happened there, of course. Wasn't on board, didn't see that. That's a virtual safety car just to bring the pack to a slow. Of course, the imaginary marshals will be picking up all the debris that is now laid across the track. Red Bull and Williams front wing. Front 3, like I said, but not the front 3, the front 4 seems to got away a little bit. I know it's actually front 5. Got away a little bit. Let's have a look at the position changes. We've got a winner of Skipper of 5 places into P14. That's good stuff for him. Looks like we're going to be green flags very shortly, unless these guys just got a bit of delta time left. Biggest loser, unfortunately, is Ralphibus. 15 places lost in that initial skirmish, it seems. He'll be in the pits for a fresh set of tyres to go with a new wing. Are we under green flags again? It looks like they're racing up ahead. They are. What's that? They're not. Nicky picks up a drive-through for going alongside before the VSC ended. Oh dear. That is a rookie error. I mean, unless something was going on there, that's just an easy mistake to just not make. Oh, big slide from the Williams there on D-Rush. We just picked that up as we drove, as we got on board. Guys looking just to go line stern again. Havoc Connor taking a quick look at the back of these Summers there through the hairpin. Actually just a little bit better on the brakes. Oh, Pipkey. He'll be diving into the pits, I assume, to get that served straight away. No, he's going to go again. Okay. 3 laps, I think, you are given before you have to do it. Otherwise, you'll be disqualified. We've got a tiny penguin in the pits. Can't get down to him. I'm not sure why he's in there. Can't see any damage, unfortunately. And there is a bit of the front wing on the right-hand side. It's come off the plate and all. Looking back up the grid, we've got these Summers right on the back of the bar. A bit of grass on that left-hand side tyre. Very easy to do on pretty much all of the laps around here. Not going to compromise you too much, the grass. Plenty of occasions you can get on it and it will all be gone by the time you get into the braking zone, or at least before you have to turn into the corner. DRS, of course, will be enabled again now. Should mean we might get some overtakes into the chicane just before we cross the start-finish line. Looking back, we've not got any overtakes just yet, so we'll stick on board with the guys up front, see if we can get some overtakes up here. I have to assume that one of the front three are going to go for it, although there's a big gap now between those guys. 7/10 between 1 and 2, and then another 7/10 between 2 and 3. Just not close enough. The DTR is tricky around here, and the DRS doesn't seem to do as much as it usually does. That looked a little bit worrying. Someone's there, just seemed to not want to turn in. A bit of rear tyre wear just kicking in there. The fronts are trying to drag the car across, and the rears are saying, no, don't do it. We'll take off the position changes for now. We've got Pipke in the pits, his drive-through that he picked up under the VSC. That will put him onto the back of the pack we've got up front. The Captis is the first man to pick up a 3-second penalty for track limits. Nathan follows swiftly behind. Well, just keeping in that DRS now. Rutherford's been the new fastest lap of the 13.8. He's put some fresh mediums on, as you could probably tell. He did drop a lot of positions at the start, so he's going to be one of the quicker ones we might have to try and keep an eye out on as he makes his way through the pack. Over a second between the front three, maybe? DRS was obtained for the McLaren man. Cameron Connor will not be too pleased with that, seeing as he was as close as he was. Won't be making a move into the chicane at this stage. The front four doing as they usually do in these races, just getting into a rhythm, seeing how the tyre wear goes, observing their opponent. Is their tyre wear worse, better, same? Is their ERS management worse, better, the same? They're just trying to feel each other out for now. Rush has dropped 3 seconds off the back of those people. Andre and Tom Putty well in range. Zingle just hanging on to that DRS as the rest of them down to 13, included in this DRS train. A little bit of a slide there from Andre coming out of there, and he looks like he can turn the DRS on, but just hasn't. Might have to speak to Andre about this afterwards, because it looks like he's just not opening the DRS. It genuinely just does look like he's just not opening it. I'm sure I saw the light and the sound pop up there for the DRS to be open. A big gap now between second and third. Skipper overtakes Brother Adam. Just about a brilliant exit because he didn't have DRS to do it. Brother Adam's going to come back at him on the inside for the chicane at the end. A little bit of Garnish going up on the front. A good move there on the brakes well early enough to make the corner. And his move for P11 from Brother Adam. 2 Aston Martins on the hard tyre going at it. But brakes nice and early. Lukatis doesn't want to impede his teammate too much. There's that big slide for the Aston Martin there. Almost following his teammate on that curb on the inside. Just there's a little bit of grip there on that inside curve. It's almost like a sausage curve. It's that raised up in the middle of it. The tyres are going already. This is fantastic. Lap 6:35. They've got to take these for at least another 4, I would say, to make their strategies work. Oh, Zingle and Pavlo going side by side in the chicane. Oh, a little bit of wheel banging there. Not too sure how that one might go down in the steward's room, but it's so hard to go through a corner like that side by side. It really is. And when the rear tyres are as bad as they are there, look, you just have to try and hold on. Brother Adam's going to look for a move, I think, potentially. He's seen McLaren drop a few positions there. He might be vulnerable. Unfortunately, he hurt himself because he's a Muppet. No! McLaren got bumped into the wall there. That was dangerous. We see our first hitters actually in Bog Connor. They move off the medium tyre onto the hards after only 6 laps. That could be worrying for their state of play in this race. They will come out in traffic, likely, at least once they get back up. They will be in traffic. Then Raikkonen picks up a quick penalty. Going back to Pipke, he actually picked up a drive-through penalty for overtaking under a virtual safety car. Not sure why he did that, but he did. Well, I'll be able to ask him afterwards. Now it's a bit of an unknown. Hopefully he can move up from where he is now, though. Looking further up, you've got Tom Putty right on the back of Andre. DRS and ERS might make a move down into the chicane nice and easy. Although with a little bit less battery than you would like, and Andre with the share of DRS as well. That is, I don't think he's done there. And Andre pulls into the pits. More pitters. We actually just get the tires up. So we can take a look at what everyone's going to be going on to or has moved on to already. NLD Rush is our new leader on the hard tyre compound. Tom Putty on board with has got mediums on for 7 laps. Fine still. Brother Adam 8th potential win. Maybe. Maybe. But there's still a long way to go. Yes, pens will be crucial tonight, as they almost were last night. For Evan, who finished P2 after recruiting 0 time penalties or anything. A lot of people did get some last night. I think there was only 2 or 3 left without. Tom Putty is another one to pick up penalty. That's 4 of them now. And going back to the leaders, Johnny, who's busy with the hard tyres, has come out in traffic. I mean, the hard tyres will help get him past, but you're going to lose out. You are going to lose out big time. Just 3/10 to Bog now. So the gap he had made earlier has been absolutely ruined by Bog doing the undercut. And look, he's just not getting close. Even with the fresher tyres, ERS and DRS haven't. Connor picks up a 3-second penalty. That looked like the chicane at the end. Well, he might have even made a move on Summers, but I would have assumed they're just DRS training for now. They've got a load of cars trying to get through up ahead, unless they start pitting very soon. Back to Bog. Avlo picks up a 3-second penalty. I feel like I'm going to saying that a lot tonight for all of the drivers. It's very easy to get a little frustrated in this kind of situation. You've got the better tyre, the better pace, but a driver in front of you just can't get past because of the DRS train and dirty air. Easy to just outdo yourself on the throttle, trying to get a move done under pressure with the guys right behind you. Johnny's staying patient for now. See, but he wants to get a move done now. DRS is on, the DRS is open, but he's just not gaining anywhere near enough on the driver in front. Another lap, the 4 cars ahead. Andre makes a position on composite going down the back straight. DRS will have assisted in that. He's through the chicane and absolutely flying away from the kick Sauber. Back up to Johnny, and he's still got work to do. Skipper has actually been overtaken there, I think, by Raikkonen. No, I don't think it was the kick Sauber in front of him beforehand. Potentially struggling more on those medium tyres there, Skipper versus the harder tyre of Alpine. Opposite, Skipper's teammate picks up a 3-second penalty. Surely this is a move now. DRS on, DRS open. He's going to go for it, is he? No, just backs off again. Wise to it. Wise to it. You've got to go for it too. The Skipper will pick up DRS again here. He's charged his battery pretty well. Got a yellow sector for an Aston Martin. Where is he? He's off track. He's dropping down the places. P11 now, P12. Looks like he's had a spin out of the hairpin late on in the traction zone. That is absolutely destroyed his race. And his... No! Nathan smashes into the back of Lacactus as he tries to join onto the track. He should have waited. That has taken 2 cars out of the race. There'll be plenty in the pits for some fresh tyres now if they hadn't pitted already. We've got a full safety car, I would assume. Oh man. I could see him. He was trying to get on track, and I thought he might have just got far enough over to the left-hand side, but Nathan smashes straight into the back of him. That is incredibly unfortunate for the Red Bull driver. And Lukacis, you need to do better than that, unfortunately. You need to do better than that. Oh, okay. Anyway, those who haven't pitted yet, which is, if I can find the right one, is the front three of D-Rush, Raikkonen and Pablo. Skipper joins them as well as the only people not to have stopped yet, will be thanking the Lord, as they can put some fresh tyres on and get rid of that horrendous rear tyre wet. Looks like we will still have the same leaders. D-Rush is going around again. He's on the hard tyre, but I would have pitted if I were him. Okay, looks like Raikkonen's gone to the pits though, and Pablo will join him in doing so. Johnny will pick up the lead on those, other than the D-Rush. And oh my word, Connor, man. What are you doing? What are you doing? Did he not just hit to serve a 10-second penalty? Oh my word. Oh. I actually don't have any words. Just to explain it, he picked up a 10-second penalty earlier for going too quick in the pit lane and goes to serve that 10-second penalty on the safety car and gets another one. Each to their own, I suppose. Yes, you did tell him yesterday night. And to be fair, he didn't get on yesterday night, so maybe you should have told him again. Oh dear. The man leading the Drivers' Championship, making absolutely horrendous errors there. 20 seconds of penalties he will have served by the end of this race. And that's on top of the 3 seconds I think he's picked up already. In fact, once we run the safety car, let's just take a look. Here he is, Havoc Connor, 13 seconds of penalties. You big stinking muppet. You might as well go and serve it again. You're not going to lose that many positions. Just don't get another one. Hummers-esque, yes. Hold on, Benny, we might just see him do it again, and then you can definitely say it. No, I don't want to prey on his downfall here, but if he did, that'd be really funny. Always going slow. He's slow. Oh, well, look how far ahead. He's really made sure he didn't speed that time. Well done. Man, okay. Anyway, back to the penalty situation. We got Tom Putty and Raikkonen on 3 seconds in 6-7. Pablo picks up 6 so far, and Skipper on 3. Composite on 3 in P14, and Kazingle 3 in 16. Havoc Connor will be on 3 once he's served that 10. There you go. He'll come out right to the back on some fresh tyres. In fact, now we've done penalties, well, let's just do tyres. We'll go for everything. Penalty Rush, the only man not to pit. Why he's done that, I don't know. Maybe Benny sent him a message. Johnny, 5 laps on the hard tyre. Same pit lap generally for those front 3 guys there. Just Bog went a lap early to try and get an undercut. Andre joins them. And then we got a bit of a mix going down the back. Tom Putty picked up his tyres under the safety car, as well as Raikkonen. Now boys looking good in P8 with his 5-lap-old hard tyres. Finally on 10-lap-old hard tyres there. He picked those up really early on after getting damaged. Connor, man. Connor. You're under safety car, man. Oh dear. Okay, Andre is throwing a curveball and pitted for softs. Just seen that come up on the timer screen on the left-hand side. Everyone else other than Bombear has pitted relatively recently, anywhere from 2 to 3 laps. 4 laps for Zingle on their tyres. Andre picks up a fresh set of softs because I have no idea. Maybe he had wing damage. Hopefully he had wing damage, because that's the only reason I could think of. I wanted this, of course, now will have been changed. So I don't really know why I'm looking. This plonker, muppet, imbecile has picked up 3 seconds under a safety car after picking up 20 seconds worth of pit lane penalties. Joins the back of the grid. 6 lap old hards. Safety car is in this lap. Good. I want to see more racing. Right on board with Barry Bogorowski. Not Bag. I've mixed Barry and Bog together to say Bag. Barry Bogorowski. P3. 7 lap old tyres for him. It's about halfway through, really. Maybe a little bit more or less, depending on how bad your tyre wear is, of the sort of stint you want to do on a hard tyre. 7 laps. Potentially why NLB Rush hasn't pitted. I would be expecting that he's going to go as late as possible on this restart, as he has the tyre disadvantage. Well, he's gone actually, and it looks like Johnny might have got caught a little bit unaware there, but I'll just hold off a little bit just to make sure he gets through safe. And there's an Alpine going real deep into turn 1. The Aston Martin's going to have a look for a remove around the outside. Is he going to get it done? Yes, he is. Definitely be recording that one. That's a move from Pablo on Piney Penguin. The old tyres not doing him any favours there. Skipper right on the back of him now. Gonna move down here. Whoa, Pombeer and Kazingo going very close. He'd have just nudged his front wing. That could have been absolutely catastrophic. But a nice clean move made through the start of sector 1 there. Absolutely brilliant. Another move made on Pombeer by this time Ralph was in the Red Bull. Oh, and there's a bit of a tap from Andre at the back. Bog's out, and Brother Adam's out. There's a bit. Oh my word! I have no words. I have no words. That was what, a four car pileup in the end? Something had happened there between Barry Bogorowski and Brother Adam up front. So there's your Brother Adam to win the race prediction gone, unfortunately. And then the 2 cars stranded in the middle of the track at the end of sector 2. I think it must have been, well, having Connor's out, he must have gone into the back of them. He's had possibly the worst race anyone could ever have in an F1 game. Wow. Okay. He will win 1 this year. Well, he might, but at this rate, he's not going to. Excuse me. Okay, well, Pete Summers is our new leader. We started with 20. We now got 15. That's 1 quarter gone. Will we have another? There is some blame being thrown around in chat. I will not mention it because it will go to stewards. I assume it was that bad. It will definitely go to stewards. Hellboy's picked up 3 seconds on his way to the back of the grid. That's unfortunate for him. I will not berate him like I do Havoc Connor because, you know. I need to win. Not with his old tyres. On really old tyres. He'll be pitting this lap, I would have hoped. Although he's got some wing damage as well, so if he doesn't, I have no idea what to say. It's in this lap? No? It looks like he's in AI, to be honest. Maybe not, I'm just seeing his inputs. Why on earth he hasn't pitted, I don't know. I know he'd lose a lot of positions, but his tyres are that bad, he's almost crashing on the safety car. Yeah, I thought he'd pitted. Well, no, I didn't think he'd pitted, but I thought he would have pitted. Anyway, whilst we are on the safety car, we'll have a quick look at that overtake he caught right at the start of that safety car last time, which hasn't, for some reason, saved. So we'll go back. Just have a quick look at why the replay did not save the safety car. Anyway, back to the race. I guess we'll have a look at penalties. Uploads. Actually, no, we won't do penalties. We'll do position changes. Oh, look at that! All the green in the top 7. 13 places for Pablo. 15 for Skipper. 10 for Composites. Absolutely massive, massive gains. Of course, we won't talk about 16th and 17th, losing, what's that, almost 30 positions between them. Potentially not their fault, of course. I've not seen what's happened. Keep sneaking up. Yes. Up to P5, starting in P7, but obviously had a very silly mistake and start picking up that drive through under the first VSC. Anyway, as we look to cross not even halfway through the race, we've got 5 men out. Safety car ending. These Summers will go now with the harder tyre. He's caught Pablo a little bit. He was still weaving at that stage. Piney Penguin best not be going for a move on those decade-old tyres with front wing damage. He doesn't. Very good there. The gap between him and Skinner behind, that's very quickly closed down as he has the tyre advantage. It just looks a struggle. It looks such a struggle to get the cars through here. We got a Red Bull right on the back of Composite. 1/10 the gap between these two. Composite already dropped down the DRS of the car in front. Not that there will be any for this lap. Will be reactivated for the next one. Alpha's not looking for a move yet, but Johnny certainly is. On Pombeer down the straight. Couldn't get it done earlier, but he does it now. DRS will be enabled next lap, so he's managed to do that under ERS only. Tom Pussy looking for a move as well on Pombeer. He does it under brakes in the end. The tyre's not working. Driver of Pombeer now. A little bit of closing up there between the guys at the back. Raikkonen's going to go for a move on Pombeer as well. Pombeer dropping like a stone through the pack. There we go, DRS enabled. That is a move for Raikkonen on Pombeer. His teammate now. B Rush is going to look for a move in turn 1, but nothing doing this time around. Back up to the front 3. I say front 3, it's front 2. With Piney Penguin trailing behind big time. No idea why he didn't pit for a fresh wing and tyres. Look at the grip difference in the Alpine. Ferrari here. Yes, Ruby, can't DNFing again. Don't ask him about his race because he will cry. But if you want to laugh, definitely ask him about his race. That's if he will even tell you anything about it. Oh, a bit close for comfort with the front wing of the Kick Sauber and Piney Penguin's rear end there. We've got Nellboy making a move back into the hairpin. I'm sure if he's smart about it, he would have taken the DRS first, and of course he has. He will definitely retain that, although Pombeer he got past to is definitely not looking very good at the moment. Down to P15 and last, the Williams driver, who has gone very deep into the final chicane. Just take a look at the tyres quickly. Yeah, 17 laps on those hard tyres is going to be absolutely brutal. Zingle and Rotherberg picks up a 3-second penalty for the second chicane, or third chicane, I think. Johnny, another place on composite this time. Those fresh hard tyres doing him wonders. Plenty of ERS to go down this back straight. Might even move on Rotherberg if he feels like it. Oh, what's the Ferrari doing? Pipke up ahead, weaving really far off to the right. As was it Pipke? It looked like it was. Oh dear! is another two-car crash. The same place where we, guys, calm down, where we saw a 4-car pile up early on. Tom Putty picks up a 10-second penalty for what? Oh, I think these guys, unfortunately, have got a little bit of a glitch going on where you have to give each other the place back over and over again. Avlo and D Summers rush into the pits for front wing changes. Something happened between them. He picks up first place for now. Composite gets a 10-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. What? This might be the most chaotic race I've ever seen on F1, like of the games of F1 that I've ever seen. And I've seen some pretty bad online lobbies, like open online lobbies. Wow. Wow. It's funny, Johnny said earlier that we're going to see a different top 5 tonight. And it looks like he was right. I've done it a bit virtual. We're back under racing conditions. Pipke's got a nice big lead of 6.5 seconds to Skipper. Johnny has picked up the final podium position. E. Summers and who's it in? Who's he racing again now? That's Pablo. He's up in P5. Got a yellow flag again for Composite this time. He's spun round. Front wing completely gone. Do not do it in front of the car. I think he got away with it that time. Oh, whoa, there's a car coming. E. Summers picks up a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. Oh, Pipke is absolutely gleaming from ear to ear at this stage. Tiny Penguin picks up a 3-second penalty. Surely he's been unboxed for some new tyres. Yes, he has. He's got some medium tyres on now. 1 lap old. That's good for him. He'll have a bit of pace back. 3-second penalty for Composite, who's in P15. And back up to Johnny. We've got to see a move for him. Pressure tyres. ERS. Into the final chicane, I should think. But a very, very good exit for the Kicks Arbor ahead. He might even have to do it for turn 1. Composite is retired. He's on track. I think he's crashed. I can't see, unfortunately. Yeah, we'll go back to Johnny. Still not looking to make a move into turn 1. He's just not close enough. Behind him will be catching up very quickly. NLD Rush goes for a move on Pavlo down the inside of turn 2. Can he get the power down? He'll do enough position into turn 3. Another 2-second penalties being picked up there by the drivers. Didn't see the word. Check those later on. Just 14 drivers left now. We're going to move on. Quite. We're going to move here. Not quite again. Oh, we have got to move. An inside move down the second chicane for Pavlo. Fantastic. Put on the DRS there. Del Boy takes on himself as well. That's the rush. Whoa, that's late braking and a spin into the chicane. So the hairpin. The Williams of D-Rush didn't take anyone out. And he's gone again. Careful on the grass there, mate. Johnny finally makes his move on the Kicks Arbor of Skipper for P2. I'm sure he will just pull away at this stage with the pressure tyres, ERS and DRS advantage. Look at that, as a second already by the time he's got to turn 1. But a yellow flag for a Tom Putty who is going backwards around the track. A spin out of the second to last chicane. I can't go off board, so I can't check for damage, but I will as soon as I can. And that is end plate's gone both sides, and it looks like a few of the struts as well gone. Is that if that's what they're even called? I don't know. lap struts, whatever you want to call them. Anyway, the closest group we've got is Nelboy, a little bit of a train behind him of Aston Martin, Ferrari, and McLaren of Pete Summers. He's come back from God knows what after what collision. It's all just been a bit of a blur at this stage. Iron stern down the start straight. There'll be no moves here, I wouldn't have thought. Pipke has picked up about a second and a half on Johnny. Bit close for comfort there. I thought there might have even been a move. The ERS looking very low for Pavlo. Andre might be taking advantage of it. And actually opened the DRS there, which I've just noticed. That's good for him, finally. Making the most of that. Got Tom Putty in 14, who's just letting people pass now. Got a new front wing. He's gone and pitted for some hard tyres. They're not fresh. They'll be fresher than what he was on. He's just moving out of the way of the guys in front. As I was saying, Pipke picked up about a second and a half, maybe 2 seconds now, of an advantage over Johnny being stuck. 10 laps to go and 7.7 seconds retain the lead. A 5-lap deficit tyres, hopefully for him, will be more than enough to out at P1 spot. Still just DRS training for now. Like I said, 10 laps to go. Andre looks to make a move around the outside of the final chicane on the Aston Martin. Turns too early, and then D Summers hits him for good measure into the wall of champions. Never ends well when you're going side by side like that. Don't take someone out, please. Thank you very much. Oh, he's beached. Restart, mate. Restart. Reset. Oh dear, reset the track. Go on, Pablo, just reset the track. Oh, he's gonna get disqualified. Oh my word. Do. Another one bites the dust. Do. Another one bites the dust. And another one gone. And another one gone. Another one bites the dust. Hey, I'm gonna get you too. Another one bites the dust. Yes. Quick solo from me there. Oh, bloody hell. 13 drivers remaining. Exactly, Benny. What is happening? What is happening? 7 drivers have not finished this race for sure. And we still have 9 laps left. You know, actually, if I'm right, I think Canada was where we've had the longest F1 race to date. When they had the rain, and it was Jenson Button and Sebastian Vettel racing at the end. This might be the longest ever DTR race. I'm not sure if we've got any stats on that, but this is definitely up there. Anyway, with that VSC, Lipke's managed to gain 3 seconds out of nowhere on Johnny, so he'll be more than pleased with that. Just giving his tyres a little bit of a break. Still no penalties for those two up front, which is very good for them, considering all of what's happened. We'll take the tyres off the screen. Just have a look at those deltas. We've got a bit of a DRS train behind Skipper, Nelboy, Andre, and D Summers. That is the same as we were watching just earlier on. 2011 Canada unpitted 5 times. Not sure if anyone's pitted that many times. Just we got 2 4 stoppers, so we're almost there. Got to move for Nelboy into the chicane. On the DRS, he rushes out. He's gone straight on. He just went straight on into the barrier. we're not going to have any more safety cars because I think we've run out. I think there's no more fuel left in the safety car. He's gone home. The virtual safety car stopped working. We've used it so many times. Blimey. Skipper over a second behind Nellboy now. 16 laps on those hards. Finally taking its toll, it looks. E Summers right on the back of the Sauber. He'll be wanting to use that DRS to make a move for P4 after all he's been through. Excuse me, I need to sneeze. And I am back. Right. Oh, was it passed? Well, at least I was on board for it. Andre looking to make a move as well, though. Ooh, just backs out of it after all of the antics we've seen. He's probably much the wiser to it. He knows he has the fresher tyre, even if it's not by much. He can get that move done later on, he thinks. E Summers, the man, I think no, he's second. Sorry, is it second? Oh, I forgot the drivers, the constructors championships. There's been so much going on. He's got the freshest tyres on the track at least. That's one thing he has got, other than Ombe and Raikkonen, but they are a good ways back. He'll be looking to make a move on Nell for the podium, but we'll have to have a look at penalties shortly to see if they make any impact on the results at the end. Finally, on 8-lap-old mediums, he's all a little bit of lag. Not sure. Rathbus looking to make a move on him though. He might have a slightly older tyre, but it would be definitely better with the tyre wear advantage. Yeah, it just does not look fun, that Alpine ahead of the Red Bull. Key picks up a 3-second penalty. Not good, but he's still well out of range of Johnny for now. E Summers not making a move into the chicane and dropped a bit of time through the chicane there. Ralph has got Piney Penguin down the back straight with the DRS assistance. He will make it well ahead into the final chicane. Piney just having to counter steer the hell out of that Alpine to make sure he doesn't spin. Go back up to D Summers, who is on the back of Nell. There is an opportunity here for an overtake, but I doubt he will be going for it just yet. Andre as well. No move for him. Just the two in DRS, although Piney is in as well, but he had just been overtaken. So you will assume the Red Bull will slowly pull away. Back to D Summers again. Oh, Andre has finally got past Skipper. On the DRS, down the back straight into the chicane. And look at the way he's just pulling away now. Almost a second, just ebbs into the second gap from those two into turn 1 and 2. I'm sure that will keep increasing throughout these last couple of laps. Well, last 4 laps. As much as I thought D Summers was going to be hot on the tail of Nell, I mean, he's in the DRS, but it doesn't look comfortable. 9/10 the gap there when we jumped on board, down to 7 after a little bit of a slide on the rear end of the Haas in front. He's not convincing me that he's going to make a move. Yeah, look at the time lost in the traction zone. Despite the 5-lap difference in tyre age, just not getting it out there. And then there's nothing you can do. He's too far back before he gets to the braking zone chicane. And definitely will be, oh, that's deep into the first. That's going to ruin his run into the first corner. He's going to drop to, what, 1.1, 1.2 seconds? He did the RS and DRS burn to get back within the second there. But again, he's just dropping off a little bit. Piney's doing pretty well to stay within the DRS range of Ralphibus in front. D. Summers picks up another 3-second penalty, and Piney almost bins it into the first corner. Well caught. Level of the penalties, go on. Pipke, 3 seconds. That shall not be affecting him as of yet. Johnny with none. Fantastic work for him. Hellboy has 3. Piney, that's a ball, oh my word. That's Cresswell. D. Summers picks up a second, 3 seconds there to go to 6. That will be impacting him. He'll lose out to Andre, but not only that, it basically means if he overtakes Hellboy, it's a redundant move. We come into the last few laps of this race. Skipper and Ralphibus on 3, with Piney Penguin doing the same. Zingle on 6 behind him, but a nice big gap between him and so he will not lose out there. 6 seconds for Wycliffe in 11 and 3 for Comfort. Well, they're just hoping for a couple of extra DNFs at this stage. Some Andre on track action here. Keeping an eye on the times. We wouldn't miss anything. In fact, we'll go down to Raikkonen, and he's right on the back of Bomb here. And he's actually going to make a move on the DRS into the chicane. Or, well, he's done well before the chicane, well before the braking zone. Turn the DRS off. He gets into that corner. Piney Penguin picks up another 3-second penalty. That shouldn't affect him. Oh, no. Piney Penguin just dropped out the DRS there. Is he going to get it as he crosses the line for it? I don't think he will be picking up the DRS down the back straight. A man who will be, or has rather, is Summers. He's coming across the line now with Nell just ahead of him. He's going to go for a move. He thinks about it. He takes a look. He takes a good look. I think he'll be well aware of the fact that he's not going to get anything from taking that position on track. With the tyre wear as bad as it is, the instance already, I would suspect he just Zingle picks up a 3-second penalty. That will be fine for him. 16 seconds, the gap between him and the man behind him. Ipke going out all right in front. Seems to be. Plenty of battery. Sweating, I hope, at this point. In P1. Johnny has actually decreased the gap between himself and Pipke in front. Still 6 seconds though. So Pipke will definitely be playing it safe with track limits, you'd think. When he picks up another 3 seconds, it's going to be, well, squeaky bomb time to say the least. Looking back at these Summers, he's too far back to make a move. There's a yellow flag there. Who's that Piers? Tom Putty Piers. That's confusing. He's going to go for a move into turn 1. On the brakes, he just about makes the corner, and a bit of grass picked up there. Nell looks to go around the outside, but I don't think he'll fight it too hard. There's far too much to lose and far too little to gain to fight that place. Good move there from the McLaren man, even if he did almost gotcha. .4 seconds, the gap between first and second. Tom Putty has made a mistake by putting the soft tyres on now. He won't actually get a chance to do the lap because Pipke is a lap ahead of him. We will watch as Pipke goes through the final chicane one last time. If he gets a penalty, then it'll be heartbreak, and if he doesn't, it'll be, well, I'll be crying tears of joy potentially. And he gets through, no problem at all. He weaves across the final time. He goes down the start-finish straight to pick up his win in DTR Division 2, Season 14, Round 4 in Canada. Johnny actually gets 3 seconds behind Pipke, so even if he had picked up 3 seconds, in the end, he would have kept that first place. Hellboy picks up P3 on the podium over D Summers after he has his penalties added on. Andre also takes Summers into P4, P5 for the D Summers in the McLaren. Skipper picks up P6 at the end of it all. Ralphibus will come across, or has come across, in P7. Piney, with the interesting strategy, comes across P8 and Kazinga P9. Raikkonen, final points finisher. We almost had a stage where only points finishers were going to finish this race, but we did get 2 extras. P10 for Raikkonen and P11 for Pompier. Computty was a lap down and so has finished already. And breathe. That was, as I said earlier, the most chaotic race I've ever watched on this game. I don't think we will be getting a more chaotic one than that the rest of the season. So that might be a good thing, that might be a bad thing, I do not know at this stage. There was so much going on that we must have missed, and we know we missed. There's so much going on that we didn't miss and we did watch. It was a fantastic win for Pitke, who called the strategy right in the end. Johnny picks up P2, a fantastic race for him, all considered, when some of his rivals were taken out or hitting walls or hitting cars or doing whatever. Wow, okay. Your driver of the day is Nell. Fantastic. He finishes off the podium. Pete Summers had the fastest lap. He'll pick up a point for that. Most overtakes goes to Raikkonen, and cleanest driver Pombier. I don't imagine there were many clean drivers tonight based on what's happened. There. Here is your official finishing order. Just scroll through that as we've got left of the show. 7 DNFs and about 1 trillion seconds of penalties. That's going to be hard to beat on the chaos scale. I'm sure Div 2 will give it a go. Anyway, I have been Grellis33. They have been Division 2, at least the ones that made it to the end of the race. We will see you next week on Wednesday for Division 1. They will be going to, let me check where we are for next week. We are in Zandvoort, and it's actually a sprint next week, so we won't have a short qualifying. We'll have 2 one-shot qualifyings, 1 for the sprint and 1 for the race. That will be exciting. As I said, I've been Grellis33. That was Division 2. We'll see you next week.